Mr. Arolo, you are welcome. Mr. Odumola, you are welcome. All right. Good evening, everyone. Please, if you're active, can you show me some reactions? If you're active, show some reactions. If you're active, show some reactions. Show some reactions if you're active. All right. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Trust you had a good day. It's another day, another Friday, and we'll be continuing on the same topic we started last week. Our mind as a tool for you, and we've gone through series of explanations on it. So this evening we'll be doing the second part of the topic. Your mind as a tool for healing. So with no further ado, I'll be introducing um Miss Covenant Aderoad as she will continue from where she stopped. Ma, you can come in.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Adoroji Covenant, and I'll be taking the topic Your Mind as a Tool for Healing. We started last week, so we are going to continue the second section this week. So, last week we looked into your mind as a tool for healing itself, but today we're going to be focusing on practicing the healing itself. Practicing the healing. So, last week we learned that the mind is a tool, not an enemy, that we are the observer, not the thought, and awareness is the first step. So tonight we're going to be practicing the healing. So last week I gave an assignment. I don't know if those that are here today are those that were here last week. I'm not so sure, but an assessment was given that we should go home to observe our thoughts, notice the pattern, and discover how our minds, how we think, and what goes through our mind, the patterns. So I don't know if there's anyone who did that and is ready to share that with us. That after observing your thoughts during the week, what did you notice? But to be very sure, were we here last week? Like, who is here? Who was here last week? Okay, thank you. So I don't know if you practice the assessment, like practicing your thought, observing your thoughts. Did you do that, Ma? And what did you notice? I just want to be sure. If you did it, just say okay or you did not. Okay, Miss Faith, you can speak up. Okay, it's fine, Miss Zainab, no problem about that. Miss Faith, you have something to say? Okay, it's fine. All right. So if we didn't do that, I would like us to do that. We still have this week, we still have this month to observe our thought, notice the pattern, because these are the steps towards healing and how our mind can be a tool for healing itself. So today we are going to be looking at healing, and I would like to ask us a question that when we hear the word healing, what comes to our mind? Yeah, you can answer that personally. You don't have to answer me. It's just you thinking about it in your mind. What comes to your mind when you hear the word healing? So now I'd like to tell you that healing is not forgetting what has happened, because many people think that, oh, when they are seeking for healing is about them forgetting whatsoever has happened to them. So by the time maybe they meet a therapist or somebody gives them a solution, and that particular sign, whatsoever they are feeling, keeps occurring. They feel maybe the person is not a professional, or the person is not good enough, or they have a very big problem, or there's an issue going on with them, because that sign, those signs they felt keeps occurring. But that is not what healing is exactly. Healing is not forgetting what has happened. Healing is not pretending that you are not in pain. Yeah, you need to admit that yes, you are going through this. So I want to say that healing is not admitting that, oh, you're not in pain, you're fine, whatever, you're a very perfect person. That's not what healing entails. Healing is learning to carry your story differently, knowing that this is what is going on, then finding the coping mechanism on how you can carry that particular situation you are facing at that moment. And healing is reclaiming part of yourself that you've lost, and choosing to grow even after being hurt. Yes, healing is growth, and healing is not sudden, it is gradual. So we're not going to be spending much time just like last week, because this particular topic visual is broken down into two sections, and it's not going to be it's not taking too much of our time. It's because we want it to be a practical part of our life. It's a part is a topic where we need to embed, like, okay, whatever situation we are facing, this is how I'm going to face it. It's like understanding this topic. It's not just about talking, and you understand. It's about you practicing whatsoever you we are sharing, either what we learned last week and what we are going to be learning today. So now we're going to be looking at the pillars of mental healing. We have pillars, we have 4 pillars of healing. The first one is awareness. Awareness, that is noticing without judgment, noticing whatever is going on with your mind without judging. Then secondly, we have acceptance, that's allowing without fighting, accepting that yes, this is what is going on. Then thirdly, we have inquiry, that's investigating with curiosity. Then we have number 4, we have redirection, choosing where to place attention. So like I said earlier, healing is not linear, like it's not a one-way thing. So these pillars that I've mentioned, we're going to be revisiting it as we go on. So to explain deeply about awareness, you cannot heal what you cannot see. Yes, what you cannot see, what you don't know, you cannot heal. Like they will say, you cannot solve a problem when you don't know the problem itself. That's not possible. So you need to know what you want to solve. You need to know what you want to heal from. So that's being aware. So practicing the pause. When you notice that yes, this is what is going on, you pause. You, just like last week, we use the word observe. You pause. Okay, in any difficult moment you are facing, you stop, you breathe once, or for 30 seconds, you breathe, then you ask yourself what is really happening, what's happening inside of you. And you are doing this just to see, just to know, and not to judge. You need to name whatsoever is going on, like name it, that okay, yes, this is a particular thing that is going on with me, this is what is really going on. So you need to be aware. So that's the first pillar, awareness. I want us to note it down, I don't want us to forget. Awareness. Then secondly, acceptance. So acceptance is not like, okay, you have noticed that this is what is going on, then you give up. And like I said that, oh, agreeing with the pain and never wanting change, that's not acceptance. Acceptance means stopping the war with reality. Yeah, this is what is going on, then facing reality, like accepting that yes, this is it, then acknowledging that this is what is here right now, this is what I am facing. Like you're accepting that situation, that yes, it is going on. It's not like you neglecting it, that no, I don't want to think about it. It's about you accepting that yes, then conserving energy for healing, not fighting. You're not fighting that thought. You're not fighting whatsoever is going on. You are accepting it. So what you resist persists, and that is true. Whatsoever you keep telling your head that no, 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 that's what keeps occurring. That's what keeps persisting in your mind. So when you allow it, by the time you now accept and allow it, you will know what you want to do next. You're accepting it, then there's going to be a transformation. That's number 2. That's acceptance. Then looking at this example, like Amara, this girl lost her mother 2 years ago. Then everyone tells her that she should have been over it. Then her mind agrees, and it tells her, oh, something is wrong with her, for her to still keep thinking about not getting over what is wrong with her, why she cannot move on. So the question now is that how can she accept, right? Trying to look at the pillar acceptance. So how can she accept help, like what is really going on? So she's fighting grief with guilt that, oh, okay, she lost her mother. She's fighting reality, but instead what she ought to do is that she should admit, she should accept that yes, she is sad. Yes, my mother is dead, but that does not make me a failure. That does not make her a failure. That she forgetting that her mother is gone doesn't mean that she does not love her mother. That kind of thing. Accepting does not remove grief. Just accept that yes, this is what is going on. It's not a shameful thing to do. It's just for you to breathe, for you to heal. So that's just what acceptance is. Then the third one is inquiry. Like instead of believing every thought, you need to investigate it. Then you need to ask yourself this question: is this thought true? Can I absolutely know it's true? How do I react when I believe these thoughts? How do you react when you believe the thought? And who will I be without this thought? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, and that's an inquiry, like asking yourself questions, investigating whatsoever is going on in your mind. Okay, this is what is going on. Fine, there's a thought that gives you what you believe, but what is really the truth? What's the truth itself? Yeah, for example, when you tell yourself nobody cares about me, so using these questions, is it really true? Sometimes, but not always. It's not all the time that everybody does not care about you. You might just be telling yourself nobody cares about you, but some people might care about you, so that's not totally the truth. So can you absolutely know that this is the truth? You can't know that. You can't know whether some set of people care about you or nobody cares about you. You can't know. So how do you react? You withdraw, you feel lonely, you stop reaching out. Oh, you notice that, oh, that's not good enough. That's not okay, thinking that nobody cares about you, because at the end of the day, it's going to lead into loneliness. Are you thinking about what is not? So what happens without these thoughts is asking yourself this question, investigating. So I might notice the people who do show up. So instead of you focusing on those who don't show up with the thought of you saying nobody cares about me, by the time you start investigating and you start taking yourself away from that thought, you start focusing on those who really care about you, because there's now no, there'll be some people that still care about you. You're the one not focusing on them. So you need to investigate these things to be very sure that whatsoever you're thinking in your mind is the truth or not. So you cannot just conclude that, oh, nobody cares about me. Then the third pillar is redirection. Choosing where to look at. Redirection. The mind will go where you lead it, and that is true. It's not by force, by gentle, consistent redirection. You are the one that will tell your mind, oh, this is where I want you to look at. This is what I want you to think about. So when your mind is thinking about what is not, you acknowledge the fact that yes, this is what is going on. It's very hard for me to get over whatever is going on. So what do you do at that moment? Redirection. What do you do What action do you take to redirect whatsoever it is that you are facing to another thing? What you can do is take a deep breath. You know, the moment you're taking a deep breath, you are releasing whatsoever thing that is weighing you down at that moment. Taking a deep breath, then relieving yourself from that stress of thinking about whatsoever can be going on. Then you can look at the floor, or at times, then there was a time they were like, okay, oh, look at the ceiling, I'll be counting the ceiling, that kind of. But you can do that too, to redirect your mind from thoughts that can make you depressed, or that can make you feel lonely or withdraw from people. You can create a sound in the room or wherever you are, or just look at an object, just focus your mind on something else, redirect. So the first pillar is awareness, the second one is acceptance, the third one is inquiry, and the fourth one is redirection. So we are going to be looking at all of these steps to solve scenarios we are going to be talking about tonight. For instance, there's I'll highlight a scenario, and we're going to be using the 4 pillars to look into it. Then this scenario says this boy has an exam tomorrow. Then his mind is racing that I haven't studied enough, I'm going to fail, everybody will be disappointed, I'm stupid. His chest are getting tight, that he cannot focus. So the more he tries to calm down, the more anxious he becomes. That's what is going on with him. So how can these 4 pillars help? Awareness, he needs to notice that he's being anxious. For his chest being tightening, it means he's being anxious. Rapid thought, thinking about, oh, without writing the exam, you're already thinking that he's going to fail, he's stupid. So he needs to be aware that, yes, he's being anxious at that moment. Then acceptance. Oh, you need to accept that, oh, what he's doing is what anxiety really feels like. He's being anxious, and he does not have to like it. He should allow it. He need to accept it, that, oh yes, he's being anxious at that point. That's acceptance. Then inquiry is going to ask himself, those questions we looked at, is it true that I will fail? Is it true that he's going to fail? So he asking himself those questions, we provide some solutions to whatever he's thinking. Can I know that now? What have I actually prepared? Focusing that, oh, what has he really done for him to be thinking that he's going to fail? Has he prepared enough? Asking himself this question, investigating all of this in his mind. Then in direction, he will not redirect. Instead of him spending his time, wasting his time thinking that he will fail, or is a very stupid person, is going to disappoint his parents, he can use that time to read one paragraph per 30 minutes or something, like redirecting his mind, reading line by line. Okay, after I read this page, maybe one page of this book, let me take a deep breath, then read another second page, take a deep breath, then it continues like that. So these 4 pillars could help him healing from bad thoughts, from him how his mind can actually help him to heal at that moment. So healing is not actually the absence of anxiety at that point. It is the ability to function alongside whatever is feeling. So daily practice I would want us to do every day, or whenever we feel overwhelmed, is asking yourself, what am I carrying today? What's on my mind? What do I need to release? What is that thing that is bothering me? What do I need to release? What do I need to take away from my mind? What is not supposed to be in my mind? You need to ask yourself those questions early in the morning, maybe when you wake up, for like few minutes before you step out of the house that day, or before you start any activity for that day. Then maybe when you're stressed, take a pause. Yes, when you're stressed, you don't keep moving and say, let me just do it, let me complete it. Pause. If it's for 5 minutes, pause, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Then observe what is going on at that moment. Just pause, take a deep breath. If it's for 3 seconds, just pause at that moment when you feel stressed. Then maybe later you ask yourself, maybe after the day, you now ask yourself, what went well today? How did your day go? What did you learn? What can you release before you sleep so that you can have a very good sleep? If something has happened to you today, you can tell yourself, oh, something bad that could affect your sleep. You could tell yourself, I want to release this thing. What can I release? Maybe this thing that is not going to allow me to sleep. How do I release it? What can I release? I want to release it from my mind. I don't want it to disturb me from sleep. I don't want it to affect me at that point. So practicing this daily is very helpful. So healing is not complicated. It's just that you have to be consistent with whatsoever coping mechanism you have exhibit. So looking here, there are some obstacles that could stop us from healing, which could be telling yourself, oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah. So now, like I say, healing is not perfection. It's about returning every time you remember whatever is actually going on, maybe odds or whatever you celebrate. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you're going to forget everything totally. Yeah, it happens. Secondly, it doesn't work immediately. Yeah, healing is not immediately. So if you did not develop your pattern overnight, you will not unlearn them overnight. Trust the process. Exactly. It's not fast. It's not immediately. It's process. Like I said, consistency. Then if you don't feel better yet, third obstacle is, oh, I don't feel better yet. Yes, when people say that towards when they think that, oh, they will be better immediately. So healing is not always feeling better. Sometimes they're simply suffering less about what you're suffering about. It doesn't mean that you can be 100% healed. Is about, okay, suffering less. Like, okay, whatever pain you're feeling is not as much as what you are feeling. So I want us to reflect on this word, that your mind is your greatest friend, greatest ally. It has carried you through every dark day, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every silent night when no one knew that you were struggling. I want to know that your mind never abandoned you. It only ever did what it thought was best. Yes. So what you need to do is to lead the mind. Like, don't force it. Be patient with it, with understanding, with practice. You will lead your mind to where you want it to be, where you want it to focus on. So I want you to know that you are not broken and you are learning a new language and your mind is listening. So before we move into the life section for today, I want us to carry out this exercise. Wherever we are, I want us to close our eyes if you are able to. Please, I want us to close our eyes. I want you to breathe in, hold, out. So now I want you to think about the thoughts you are ready to release. What is that thing that you are feeling? What is that thing that is hurting you? What is that thing that is weighing you down? What is that thought that you want to release right now? I want you to think about it as you close your eyes. So you are permitted to let go of it. Tell yourself, I want to let go of this thing that is weighing me down. Tell it to yourself. So I want you to think about one particular thought, positive thought that you want into your mind. Now, think about a thought you want into your mind, positive thought that could take away whatever is weighing you down. So I want you to tell yourself you're ready to believe whatever you're thinking right now, that positive thought. Yeah, I don't know if we did that. I don't know if we are doing that. Yeah, we can open our eyes. We can put our eyes very well if we truly did that. So I want us to know that whatever is with that, I want to believe that whatever is where you that has gone, and you have invited new thoughts that you want it to stay in your mind tonight. So this is a practice, this is your healing, this is your mind becoming your tool for healing. And aside tonight, we can keep practicing this exercise for us to feel better. So that's all for the overview for your mind as a tool for healing, focusing on practice for healing. So now we're going to be moving into the live chat in proper, where we're going to be having certain questions and diving into it. So I'll be reading the questions myself, actually. Then the first question here says, I made a mistake 3 years ago that cost my family a lot of money. No one talks about it anymore. Everyone has moved on, but I haven't. Every night, I lie awake and call myself foolish. I remind myself of what I did. I punish myself over and over again, even though no one else is punishing me. I don't know how to stop. I don't know if you get the question so that we can understand when I'm answering the question. So I'll repeat. The question says, I made a mistake 3 years ago that cost my family a lot of money. No one talks about it anymore. Everyone has moved on, but I haven't. Every night I lay awake and call myself foolish. I remind myself of what I did. I punish myself over and over, even though no one else is punishing me. I don't know how to stop. So for this case scenario, I would say something important. If you are still, I want to notice something important, that this person is still holding on to the trial that has even been solved a long time ago, that everybody has dismissed, everybody has forgotten, and this person keep judging him or herself for what has been judged a very long time ago that everybody has forgotten, all in the person's mind. The person keeps thinking about this thing that has happened years back. So yes, we agree that this person mistakes cause the person a lot of money, to lose a lot of money. But what is it causing the person now to keep punishing him or herself? Causing the person lack of sleep, causing the person not having peace, costing you your joy, costing you your presence. The money is gone, and literally this person is still here. You are still valuable. So the truth is that your mind does not want you to see. Yes, the truth, your mind is not wanting you to see. Holding on to guilt that does not fix the past, it only destroys the presence. That's what the mind is focusing on. It's looking into the guilt that has happened, and it's not allowing this person to focus on the present. So it will be better if this person tries something. When the thought comes, the person should sit quietly and say this to him or herself, that yes, I made a mistake. I am sorry for this happening. I have learned from it. I am not the same person I was 3 years ago. I forgive myself and I release this burden. Yeah, to let go of this particular pain, this person have to forgive him or herself. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself for what has happened 3 years ago. You are no longer that person. Yes, you have learned from what has happened 2 years ago. So you are different from now. So you need to forgive yourself. So you need to tell yourself many times that yes, you have made a mistake, but you are sorry for what has happened. And you need to learn that that has happened a very long time ago. So actually forgiveness of oneself is not a one-time event. It does not happen suddenly. It is a practice. So every time the mind drags this person back to that moment, I should remind myself that that was then, this is now. I am free to move forward, because you actually deserve peace, not because you are perfect, or because you are human. This person deserves peace, then he or she needs to forgive him or herself. So that's that for that question. Then the second question says, I grew up hearing that I was useless and would never amount to anything. My father said, my uncle said it. Now I am 40 years old with good job and a family that loves me. But every time I make a mistake at work, I hear their voices in my head. I feel like that worthless child again. Why can't I shake their words? Again, I repeat, I grew up hearing that I was useless. I will never amount to anything. My father said it, my uncle said it. Now I am 40 years old with a good job and family that loves me. But every time I make a small mistake at work, I hear their voices in my head. I feel like that worthless child again. Why can't I shake their words? So now I would say those words have been playing, like I'm answering the question. Actually, I'm answering the question like I'm talking to the person directly. Yeah. So those voices have been playing in your mind for decades, and that is because they are being planted by people who should have watered you with love, but instead they poured poison by telling you that you are useless. So now you are 40 years old and this word is still echoing in your ear, the words that are not true. They are not true. The fact that you are being told that you are useless is not true. So these voices keep coming, this echo keep recurring to you that you are useless. So the question that this person needs to be asked is, if those men, your father and your uncle, are still standing before you today, will you still accept their words to be true? Or will you let their words to define you as a grown-up man with a job and a family and a life that probably never they could have imagined you have built? Because you have built your life well, you have a very good job and good family. So if you ask yourself, if they say the same words now that you have accomplished something good, will you still want to believe their words? Which means that their words were never true in the first place. So this is because your mind recorded their message when you were too young to defend yourself. But now you are not a child anymore. There's evidence that you have a job. The evidence is there. You have a good family. So their words were actually just lies. So why should these words keep recording in your mind or keep echoing in your mind that you are useless? So now every time you hear those voices, you need to pause and say that that voice belongs to the past. It does not define me. I am not useless. I have built a life. I am enough. At times, there's a way affirmation helps in healing. You just need to tell yourself, you just need to say it to yourself that, oh no, you are not useless. This word does not define me because I have even lived beyond my child. When I was a child, I'm not an adult, and those words are just a lie because it's not true. So at first you may feel silly, but you just need to keep telling yourself these words. It might take time, but we actually work. Affirming to yourself that you are not useless. It might take time, but you just need to keep telling yourself, yeah, fine, you made a mistake at work, trying to say to yourself, I made a mistake. That is okay. I am still learning. You know, you need to tell yourself this thing, still growing, still wording. Nobody's above mistake. Yes, this is a mistake. And I'm still learning. These are the things you just have to tell yourself at that point, rather than believing in those words that your uncle or your father have told you that you are useless. So the thing is, you are not a child anymore. You have the power to turn down the volume of those old voices. So you can silence them for good. Silence those words for good by telling it to yourself that no, you are not that child anymore. You have grown and you are living a good life. So quickly moving to another scenario, it says, I was betrayed by someone I loved deeply. They lied, they cheated, and they left like I meant nothing. That was 5 years ago. Since then, I have met good people who want to love me. But every time someone gets close, I push them away. My mind tells me they will hurt you too. Don't trust anyone. It's safer to be alone. I'm tired of being alone, but I'm tired of being hurt again. What can I do? The question, I repeat, it says, I was betrayed by someone I love deeply. They lied, they cheated, and they left like I meant nothing. That was 5 years ago. Since then, I have met people who want to love me, but every time someone gets close, I push them away. My mind tells me they will hurt you too. Don't trust anyone. It's safer alone. But then I'm tired of being alone, but I'm terrified of being hurt again. What can I do? So I would like to say that your mind is doing exactly what you should do, yeah, at that point, because it's trying to protect you from the pain, from the odds that you have undergo by being betrayed by someone you truly loved in the past, and your mind is trying to protect you. So it does not want you to get odds once again. So it's just trying to make sure that never happens. But the question you need to like sit down is to ask yourself that, is this still really, is my mind really protecting me? This me trying to avoid people from getting close, is it really, really, truly protecting me, or it has become a prison, like something that does not want you to even relate with people anymore, a prison? Yeah. But then the person that hurt you in the past is gone, but the betrayal still lives in your mind. Yeah, and your mind is using that old pain to judge every person that approaches you. That is not fair to you, and it is not fair to them either. So I'm not asking you to trust blindly if you're in this kind of scenario, where this person. I am not asking you to trust blindly. I am asking you to consider this. What if the next person is not like the last person? Yes, you say, oh, what if this person is not like the person who has hurt me? What if this person is different? Although that you can't know until you move closer. But then if you keep closing the door, that may lead to something beautiful because of something that has happened very long time ago, years ago. So right now, healing here means teaching your mind to distinguish between danger and discomfort. Yeah, you can um set your mind in a way where you you between trying to um differentiate between danger and discomfort, that not everyone who gets close will actually hurt you. Some are there to hold you gently, to be there for you, but you will never know which is, you can never know which is which, whether they want to hurt you or they are not here to hurt you. But you can start by, okay, how to differentiate actually. You can ask by, you can start by um letting the person in. Well, anybody that your mind feels like you should let in at that point, you allow the person in. Then you start to notice, not like fully, you don't bring the person close to you fully, like deep immediately. Maybe from just acquaintance, like small, like friends, that kind of thing. Bring the person close, then notice how it feels to be with this person. Do you feel scared? Is it scary? Ask yourself, is this fear real, or is my mind replaying an old movie? Like, what has happened long ago? Is the fear you're feeling about, what is it about, what has happened long ago, or it's just normal fear? You need to ask yourself that after you bring the person close. So from there, you will know whether this person is here. Noticing people, noticing them when you bring them close, for bring them close, not too close. Then you notice the person. Oh, okay. How do you feel about this person? Although you can't know someone 100%, but there's a way you feel that, oh, let me still keep talking to this person, or let me draw away from this person. So from there, you can know those, whether this person is going to hurt you like the person who did in the past, or this person is not yet to hurt you, but to help you and to be with you. But you don't have to bring people very, very close, deep innerly, for them to be able to hurt you. Because at times when you make friends, you need to leave space for hurt. By the time this person hurts you, you have already tell your mind that yes, this kind of thing will happen. So you will not be surprised when such happens. So you need to prepare your mind, or leave space for hurt at times when you're trying to bring people close to you. So I want to know that you're not broken, you're just protecting a wound that has already healed enough to be touched. So let someone try to let someone get don't throw everybody away. Don't throw everybody away due to what has happened. So that's that for that. Another question says, I had a dream. I wanted to be a doctor, but I failed the entrance exam twice. Now I'm 24, working a job I hate, watching my friends move forward with their lives. My mind tells me I'm a failure. It tells me I missed my chance. I don't even remember what I wanted anymore. I just feel stuck and useless. Sorry, I repeat the question. It says, I had a dream. I had a dream, not dream, sleeping dream, like aspiration, like career dream. I wanted to be a doctor, but I failed the entrance exam twice. Twice. Now I'm 24 years, working a job I hate, watching my friend move forward with their lives. My mind tells me I'm a failure. It tells me I missed my chance. I don't even remember what I wanted anymore. I just feel stuck and useless. So to this person now, um, this thought is just trying to challenge something in your mind, that one part closing does not mean your life is over. It just means that part that you want to take is over, but that doesn't mean that your life is over. Your dream of being a doctor did not work, at least not the way you planned, yes, but that doesn't mean you have no purpose. That doesn't mean you have nothing to offer. So it doesn't it means you have to sit down with yourself and ask new question. If not being a doctor, then what? So your mind keeps telling you that you're a failure because it's comparing what is going on with you with what is going on with others, the highlights you are seeing, or on maybe online, or how your friend's life is going. So you see that your friends are moving forward, but you don't see their struggles. Yeah, you're only seeing what is outside. Yeah, they're moving forward, but you don't see their struggles, you don't see their doubts, you don't see what they do in closed doors. So uh, everyone has them these struggles. Everyone, just like how you're feeling like, oh, maybe your life is over. Everybody happy, but that doesn't mean your life is over. You not being a doctor doesn't mean your life is over. So this is what you should this person should do. You need to grieve that dream. I don't know. Yeah, you just need to like grieve it, cry that, oh, feel the disappointment, cry if you need to. Personally, I used to tell people like I talk to that maybe when they're talking and say, just cry, let it out, cry. It's fine to cry. Grieve it, yes. So after you grieve it, you get back up. After crying, you get back up. Ask yourself, what else am I good at? Aside being a doctor, what else am I aside wanting to be a doctor that I've tried, I didn't get it. Ask yourself, what am I good at again aside being a doctor? What else brings me alive? What new dream is waiting for me to discover it? Ask yourself these questions. And if you still want to go ahead to try again, you can try again. It doesn't mean it's over. Actually, you are 24. You are not old. You are not finished. You are just at the crossroads, and crossroads are not dead ends. So there are places where you choose a new direction. Exactly. So your mind is telling you that you are stuck, but you are not. You're not stuck. You're just standing still waiting for signs. So the sign now is that you should move. Whatever you have thought of, what's the new way, what's the new direction, what do I want to do next? Ask yourself, then try something new, learn something new, meet new people. Purpose is not something you find, it is something you build one step at a time. So you can start that from now. Yeah. So I think let me move to the last question because of our time. Okay, let's look at this. It says, I take care of everyone, my aging parents, my children, my husband, even my siblings when they need help. I am the strong one, but lately I look in the mirror and don't recognize myself. I don't know what I like anymore. I don't know what makes me happy. My mind tells me you don't matter. Your job is to serve others. I feel it's invisible in my own life. So what I will tell this person is, yeah, you have spent a very long time being there for everyone, being everything to everyone, and you forgot to yes. So now you now look at the mirror, you feel like a stranger. That is not failure. Actually, it is exhaustion. You are being exhausted from being everybody's caregiver, from being there for everyone. So your mind now tell you you don't matter, that your only job is to serve people. But If I may ask, who taught you that? Who told you that your worth is only in what you do for others? Because that is a lie, and it is time to unlearn it. Unlearn the fact that you are always telling yourself that yes, you are only existing for others. So the truth is that you matter not because of what you do, but because you exist. So you're not a machine built to serve. You're a woman being with your own needs, desires, and dreams. Healing for you means reclaiming space, reclaiming yourself. It means looking after your life and asking, where can I take back 5 minutes just for me? Not hours, not just 5 minutes, and over time more. Yes, you need to take this break. Have your own time. Even if it's 5 minutes, then from there you start increasing the time and having your own time. Care about your own life, not only about others. Ask yourself, what do you like doing aside being everyone's get giver? What gives you joy? What is that thing that you love doing? Is it to be reading? Is it listening to music? Is it working alone or whatsoever it is? You should try it even if it's for 5 minutes in a day. So when the guilt comes, because if you say to yourself, I am allowed to exist, you will tell yourself when that guilt comes, when you stop caring for others, you can tell yourself, I am allowed to exist, I am allowed to rest, I am allowed to be more than what I give to others. You need to tell yourself that you have to know that you are not selfish for wanting to be seen. You are human, and the person who needs your care the most right now is you, the person you are seeing in the mirror that is exhausted. So you actually need yourself. You need to create your own time out of serving others. So it is time for you to prioritize what you love doing, and you need to take charge and see yourself and prioritize yourself. So that's that for the um live chat for today. I believe those questions have has been answered. And to end here today from my hand, I will say to everyone who sees themselves in this case scenario that I have highlighted today, I want you to know that your mind can be your enemy or your greatest or your powerful healer. The thoughts you entertain, the stories you believe, the words you speak to yourself, all of it shapes your reality. I will keep saying everywhere, wherever I go, that your mind is literally your life. It is what you believe, what you put, what you act on that shapes how your life will be. So you need to start investing positive things, positive thinking into your mind. So you need to um know that your mind is your greatest powerful healer. Healing is not about it's about not hurting again. It's actually not about hurting again. It's about learning to hold your pain differently, like I have said. It's about choosing day after day to turn your mind towards kindness, truth, and hope. So you have the tool, and the tool for healing is right inside of you, it's already inside of you. So now it is time for you to use it. We have talked about this last week and this week, and I want to believe we have already practiced those pillars and the step towards healing. And your mind can be a tool. That's a mind that harbors sadness, depression, or thoughts that are negative. It's the same mind that can heal you if we use this tool rightly. And I believe we have learned that you have the tool right inside of you. It is time to use it. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, thank you so much, ma. So much, ma. Please let's do some reactions for our director. Please let's do some reactions if you are active. Not a boomerang. What to think of it? It really went so far. I learned a lot. I hope you learned a lot. Our time is fast spent. Okay, come on. All right, because of our time, I just be telling us about an announcement. Okay. All right. So I'll be dishing out an announcement. Like, so the gist is, for the next 2 weeks, we'll be trying something new. Yes, we'll try something new, and it won't be a live chat for the next 2 weeks. Yes, it won't be a live chat, but instead, we'll be having a question and answer section where everyone can share their thoughts through an anonymous link. Are you all with me? Can you all hear me? So we'll be having
Yes,
a
we can
question and
hear you,
answer
but
section
speak
Yes.
loud.
where everyone will share their thoughts through an anonymous link. So in these coming 2 weeks, we'll be able to ask questions, interact with each other, support each other's view, and everyone's identity will remain anonymous. Yes. So there's no need to be scared or feeling shy about anything you want to express. So that's just the announcement. And it's gonna be lit. So thanks everyone for joining us tonight. And I hope you have learned a lot. Because she really talks so well. Talks so well. She talks so well. So thank you all for joining us. And all have a nice good night everyone.